Anyways, right? So it's the TorontoDRL Facebook, yeah? Sean, do you know what my Instagram is?
TorontoDRL.
TorontoDRL, that's my Instagram. I should be knowing this better, but I'm not good at this. Remember, man? Alright, so the league's not going yet. There's me, there's Taryn, and I think I'm going to let Sean try a drone that I made. I made. There's a lot of leading into it. I'm not an expert, remember, we're just here to have fun with it. I found a board. It's pretty much the Ishin B board. It's got the smaller. I don't even know the names of them, but it was Flash Guy, which I have a transmitter for. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy that. And saw a frame that was just basically like an E10 frame, but lighter. Because I actually originally bought just a regular E10 guys to practice with, and then I got all gung ho, pulled it apart. And there's soldering points that you can do on a board, but if it's got connectors, why deal with that? And I just started to see that there's little upgrades I could do with still leaving that machine intact. I'll put that together and maybe I'll talk about that another time. Holy fuck, that was a lot. Anyways, what I'm talking about here is that I end up building up a little, I'll tell you what. So I bought the frame, I bought the board independently, a little research, not too hard, just make sure it would work with my transmitter. Knew what size motors to buy, so I bought the motors that were plug-in ready with the same board. It's much easier. You can solder them on. I need a beer. But so then I tried moving over my broken Aurora 90. We'll talk about that drone another day. There's greatness, and so we'll talk about that another day. But I love the drone. Anyhow, so I tried to use that camera to put on that on the transmitting board, the flight board. At which point I crossed over the soldering points, and I think I blocked it out, which sucks. So then I bought a little upgrade of that camera, and bought the connecting piece and soldered it on. Literally had to do the work to make sure I could solder on the female and the stud. You know what I mean? Female and the stud, so they connect. She's a stud too. You had to know that it wasn't just two. I don't know. It could be two. Never mind. So, needless to say, got that connected. Little two-sided tape. Went the elastic band, and then I didn't have a battery. I had, I believe it was JST hookup battery. Actually, I don't think that's the actual name, but anyways, the white flat one. And I soldered that on. I didn't have a replacement, so I tried I took the little battery off the EO10 and actually soldered on a different connecting piece. You can do this if you get good with your soldering points. I have no video of this, but I did do this. Got like 2 minutes to fly with the thing. Did a little research. I tried the bigger battery of 500, 600 bucks. I had them. They tend to come around a lot. That's about with the Ishin 70. We'll talk about that one on a different time. These are all been reviewed before, but this is my review of these fucking things. If you're going to get into these drones, you're going to have a good time. But if you know a lot about them before you buy anything, you're going to have a way better experience. So, I kind of did just a relative flying experience that if I could get that little drone on a 600 mile battery, which is too much weight, then I figured between that 150, we could go in between about a 220 milliamp hour battery, 45C output. I'm pretty sure 25C will be good too. But the 45C output I think is best because that's its constant output. Really changed how this drone flies. And you get that tiny whip experience. So if you want to pull away from all the other drones you have, or if you want to build one, it's kind of easy with practice, and you get a good flying experience out of it. And I went a little expensive on mistakes, but if you know right away that you want to do a plug-in camera, good. If you know that now that these batteries are best for your drone, you can have the right power connector to your motherboard. You know what I mean? 220 watt perfect. I'm even using a 380 mile battery, gives you more flight time. So it's between 7 and 10 minutes between those two, but your maneuverability is still better with the 220 mile 45C output. Beauty. So if you know that, I think you build from the battery first. Know what you can do, because then you're going to be able to break down what your cost structure is later. When you learn more about drones, yes, you'll know power on the batteries better. You can build it up as you want and go. I still think you should start with what battery you think it is. You know that's going to be a beast of a battery, and then you design within the parameter of the battery that's going to give you the longest flight time with the most juice it's going to run. I guess. I don't know if that makes sense. That's what I did. But that's just doesn't mean I'm going to build a bunch of drones. It means it helped me with dealing with this drone. So if you know the battery, you know your power connectors, and you're all good. Hey, it's Eli.